I hated every second of the opening segment on AEW's show this week. Was ChatGPT writing this opening segment? As it was just a full-on parody to an opening of a WWE show.
I don't want to hear any boos out here.
I mean, what the hell? Tony Khan must have the JAS immediately desponded, because you cannot, with a straight face, parody sports entertainment when you're doing a Raw segment. It's one thing to do a cute Teddy Long impression, but that's trying to have your cake and eat it too. I've been eating that cake for years on WWE television. I do not need to see it on the alternative show. Someone suggested to me that maybe this was the plan all along on the format sheet, and nobody knew it except Tony Khan and MJF. I don't care. You advertise these things, you don't rely on the opening segment to magically and very conveniently arrive at a match that would make sense, because it just comes off as so fake and contrived. AEW is better than this. I hated this. I don't think AEW has ever felt smaller. Well, maybe when the Dark Order first arrived. I have been saying how Darby Allin has come across as a star in his promos in the past couple of weeks, and how exciting it has been to witness this, and this just eliminated all of that for me. If anything, they crumbled the three pillars here. Surely this cannot have been the plan heading into this show. Something must have happened backstage to lead to this moment. As everything about it was just wrong. MJF had a better delivery, as everyone else was so shaky. Even though his delivery was great, the purpose of the segment was bad. His lines were good enough, but not really his best work. Then he pulled a name out of a hat, and it was Darby's name, and Darby, the babyface, celebrated getting a bye. It was the most uncharacteristic thing I've ever seen, maybe from any AEW character ever. And it happens to be one of the babyfaces going for the title at the pay-per-view. The whole point of this feud is meant to be to build the pillars and give us fans who have been here from the beginning a beautiful payoff for our time invested in these characters. However, what we got seemed to just be the pillars whining and complaining, trying to do some kind of work shoot where essentially they just complained about each other and how they got to the top. That worked when it was about MJF, as that's his character, but it doesn't work here across the babyfaces, and it didn't even work with Sammy Guevara. All of these characters have clearly put in the work, and are meant to be in this position by having the most wins under their belts and being high up in the rankings, even if the rankings don't exist anymore. They are still mentioning them, and they would all be justified in being in this position. To have even a heel question this would seem wrong, let alone to have two babyfaces complaining that the other one is in this position does not make sense. If I'm being fully honest here, I feel really gutted that this was happening. I love all of these characters and performers and want better for them. Surely this can't be the direction laid out. I just don't understand it. None of it made sense. It was all extremely convoluted, and it didn't really progress the narrative in a way that you could invest in. It killed the characters and what they're supposed to be about. Who am I supposed to root for in this? All this did was make me realize how much better MJF is than every other pillar in that ring. At this point, I'd rather see MJF versus Orange Cassidy in a TV match, because that would be incredible, as Cassidy has been on the run of his life, rather than what we seem to be getting here, because you've just fundamentally undermined 3, if not 4, of your main characters that are supposed to be the future of the company. I'm sure we're going to get something great out of this. Anything that involves MJF usually gets us there, and I think he will be very disappointed that he's been involved in something like this. Hopefully, he will push for something better next time around, and I have no doubt that he can definitely deliver that. I don't want to be negative about the product, but this segment left me feeling disappointed. However, I still have faith that we can get somewhere good with this by the time we get to the pay-per-view. What did you guys think? Were you as down on this as I am, or did you find it passable? Let me know in the comments below, and if you haven't already, please give the video a like and subscribe to German Suplex.